shouldn't be able to.
When people talk about having a right to a gun because
essentially what I'm saying is in the instance of someone who's clearly trying to oppress their people, right? Like you see in Iran, like you see in Afghanistan with the Taliban, like you see all these oppressive governments around the world, like in Eritrea, like in Venezuela, like in all these communist places, Cuba. I mean,
it's really
those
hard
people
for people to have guns and defend themselves.
Like look at in Iran.
So it's
Iran,
really, you're saying it's really bad for. I'm sorry, I should let you finish.
I'm just saying the people in these nations all across the world they're showing us now what happens when there's an oppressive government and they turn off the Wi-Fi. People start disappearing in the streets. Like seriously, what's happening in Iran is a prime example of what happens when you cannot fight back against your government. The whole like country is protesting against their government, saying they want a regime change, and people are disappearing in the streets. Famous people, young people, women, everything, and it's just like. I'm not saying that Canada, God forbid that happens in Canada, but what if it does? How are you going to defend yourself? And that's just it. They're constantly taking away your right to own guns, which means what? If that ever happened in the future, then you're never going to be able to protect yourself. That's the argument that I'm making. I'm not saying
I know, but you also note that
he wants it to be you need to have the option to defend yourself. People shouldn't actively seek to make it to where they can make that option more of a reality, where we end up in a place like Iran. So it's like having gun rights would be more of like a safety check and a balance between citizens and the government from just.
You're saying well, first of all, you're saying that there's somehow a clear distinction between an oppressive government and a non-oppressive government when the American government is oppressing its people right now.